The thoughts, views, and opinions are that of my own. I'm not a salesman. I cannot be bought. This is all entertainment. Let's go.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Peace. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. This is your host EQ, and this is
the cipher.
What up? What it do? We back. Some consistent. Turn my mic up. Some consistent work. Trying to put it out on y'all 3 days a week. Let's go.
It's the new cipher.
Let me see what my light's looking like. See if I turn that down a little bit. Let me see. Looking on the camera, I think I might like it the other way, but we'll see.
It's the new cipher. The cipher EQ. The cipher.
So let me see what happens. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. The light fine. How y'all feeling? Yeah, what it do?
The cipher. The cipher EQ.
Peace, and more peace. It is a vibe. What up? What it do? We back at it. We are back at it. Peace and blessings. Hopefully y'all had a great start to the week, although technically the week begins on a Sunday. But the beginning of the work week, y'all know what it is. We're beginning the start of a work week. Well, let me go ahead and get my pour today. So my pour today is going to be the Balvenie single malt Scotch whiskey, sweet toast of American oak, 12 years age. So I'm going to sip that out of my artisan oak tumbler. And then we're going to get straight to it. Nice little pour. Set that over there. And yeah, we're going to get to it. Give me a sip to start it all. Cheers. That's smooth. That's some good stuff right there. Okay. Welcome. This is the Cypher number 58. 58 lives I've done, or 58 ciphers I've done. I've done 4 uncensored now, or 3 uncensored. So a little bit more, but we're going to count the cipher and the uncensored as 2 different kind of shows. But this is my 58th show. Today video is going to be on a week of complete heat. So what I said, I started thinking to myself, how can I kind of structure my lives? So my Monday lives will be my scent of the weeks, like my weekly rotation, what I wore this week. That's going to be what my Monday lives will be on. My Wednesday lives will be, I don't know, a topic. Oh, it'll be discoveries. So if I get sent something from a brand, Wednesdays will be the days I want to do first impressions. If I'm going to do first impressions, it's always going to be on a Wednesday. If I do most of like my top 10s, like top 10 spring, summer, date night, all that other stuff, that's going to be on a Wednesday. Mondays would be my weekly rotation, which is basically what I wore the 7 days I wore for the week. And then Fridays are going to be the uncensored and or the perfume poetics. What is the perfume poetics? That is me and Big Beard Business. That's our show called we are called the Perfume Poetics because we're poetic with it. So that's our show. For those who didn't catch the last episode, we got a lot of things in store, a lot of things we want to do. We want to get to the point where we can bring people on by way of video chat to join us for conversations. But this Friday's conversation is going to be pretty dope. It's going to be called Bring on the Clones. Bring them on. And we'll be going back and forth on that, but I'm not going to dive too much into what that is going to be about. But yeah, I had some things that inspired me to, as I was talking to my guy Triple B, as far as, you know, where we should go with that. But we'll see what happens with that show. But anyway, some of the reasons why y'all here today is we're going to discuss my weekly rotation. And then after that, we'll get into a small conversation, which is how to get her to remember you. Now, that can be how to get anybody to remember you. But since most of y'all like complimented videos and my demographics are 25 and up males by like the 98, actually 99%. That's what my analytics say. So I'm mostly talking to men. Shout out to the 0.08, which is what it is, women who follow me or subscribe to my content. Hopefully we can get more of y'all in there, and then we can diversify the content a little bit. But until that happens, there's no point in trying to serve pizza to people who want hot dogs. That sounds crazy, but y'all get my drift. It just doesn't make much sense to do that. So let's get into it. Y'all ready? So as y'all know, I'm going to break down this video. So I'm going to do my intro because I'm going to do some editing and make this into a smaller form for people who don't care about the conversation aspect of the video. We'll go straight into, you know, my weekly rotation. So in today's video, we will be discussing my weekly rotation. These are the fragrances I wore from Monday to Sunday, the week of August 18th, 2025. This is my first weekly rotation video. In this weekly rotation, I call this a week of complete heat because I wore straight bangers, some better than others, but otherwise just straight up heat. So starting off my Monday, I want to go, I think it was raining, I believe, Monday, if I'm not mistaken. It was raining Monday, but I wanted to go with something that was warm, leather, aquatic, smooth, sensual, something that gives me a sense of elegance, esteem. And I went with the independent fragrance house of Savoir Faire. This is my favorite fragrance from the house, and I went with Love Suede. Love Suede. So what you get here is a suede accord. Beautiful. I'm talking about brand new Alcantara suede. You get bergamot, I believe some fig in here, tons of musk, this aquatic accord nuance, and you get some ambroxan. Now, the aquatic accord is an animalic. Think of sea breeze. Think of a warm sea breeze off the coast of the Pacific. That's what I get. It reminded me of San Diego, how the water smelt or the breeze of the water smelt in San Diego. Lovely scent memory. This here just works on me. This is a fragrance that I go about 8 sprays on this. 8 sprays on this, just lovely wrap. Again, I didn't get that many compliments this Monday. So again, surprisingly, everything's not going to get all the compliments in the world, but this is what I wore. I have received compliments from this in the past. Amazing fragrance. And I believe he's running a sale this week, I believe. So you can, as all things, get yourself a sample, see if it works for you. Again, my Monday, what I wore Monday was from Savoir Faire, and that's Love Suede, my favorite from the house currently. What I wore on Tuesday was a new fragrance. I ain't even take the plastic off the thing yet. Let me take this off real quick. What I wore on Tuesday was a new fragrance. A week before I said I was getting this fragrance in. I wish that came earlier. Like, I wish I've had this fragrance when it first kind of came out, because I think that came out before I did my summer vacation. This definitely would have made the list. I got so many fragrances that would have made the list, but this is from the House of Roja, and this is Isola Verde. Isola Verde, a new pickup. I enjoyed the wearing of this. I wish I would have had this more in the summertime, especially early spring. So you hear Verde and you think of like green. What this is a juicy cocktail. So I get that clementine, and the clementine stands out because I enjoy another fragrance I enjoy a lot is signature citrine from Zaharoff. He uses clementine in there, and he also uses it in, I believe, seraphine blue. So you get that same kind of clementine, some orange. You get these green herbaceous nuances. I believe some of that might be coming from a jasmine or a jasmine accord. You get booziness. You get the guava. Some passion fruit, I believe, is in here. You get some woods. This is like a cold tropical drink. Now, to me, Isola Blu performs better when you talk about performance, and I don't have Isola Soul. That just seems like a ton of white florals, and I'm not really into white florals that much. But this, I mean, next summer, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to wear it a few more times before we kick over to the cooler weather. But lately in the Washington, D.C. area, for those who are not familiar, that's where I'm at, Pretty Girl County, PG County, DMV stand up. For those who aren't familiar, it's been getting kind of cool, and I've been thinking like woody scents, transitional fragrances. I've been kind of having that on my mind. But if we get another like scorching hot day anywhere in the 90s, I'm going to pull this bad boy out. I enjoyed this. No compliments yet. Surprisingly, yes, everything ain't going to get compliments, but this is fire. I enjoy to wear it is tropical. Some people say they get God of Fire. To me, I don't get God of Fire in this, but you can kind of put it in the same realm. But it's a tropical passion fruit, guava, orange, rum, that Blanco rum, amazing scent. I like this. I'm glad I have this in the collection. Not mad at all. And that's from Roja, Isola Verde. Next up, I wanted to go with a fragrance that just worked. I wanted a intelligent reach fragrance, a fragrance that you can reach for, and you know when you step out the house it's going to work, and it's going to be mass appealing. Like it's just going to draw in the noses. Some argue this is their favorite freshie from the house. It's not my favorite freshie, but I mean, when you talk about simplistic, clean, refreshing, a little soapy, this just absolutely works. And this is from the house of Louis Vuitton, and this is Meteor. So what you get here, you got that neroli, that pink pepper, I believe bergamot, some orange in here, maybe a little bit of ambroxan, some musk. This is just a quintessential, easy to reach for blue fragrance with a high price tag. No, you don't have to spend this much money. But I'm going to tell you, some things you wear in the air, if you want to get a clone, get a clone. Listen, you don't got to get what I get. I'm just telling you what I'm wearing. And I enjoy it. It's simplistic. It might be considered overpriced, but the way this pops off of skin, I just get a different reaction than if I'm wearing a blue fragrance like Bleu de Chanel. And y'all know I love that fragrance. It is a legendary scent. But I don't get the same reaction. I get a better reaction from this, and I don't know why. They're both kind of blue, easy to reach for fragrances. This works. Some people, this is their favorite. It's not my favorite from the house, but Meteor, easy to wear, easy to go, great performance. I love this. And that's what I wore Monday. That's what I wore Wednesday. Okay, what I want to go with on Thursday is a DNA which I do love. I don't adore it. It's not my favorite DNA, but this is a DNA that just absolutely works. It legitimately works. It has me questioning, do I need to collect others from this DNA? But I just be like, I don't think I need to spend that money. But it does have me questioning if I need to collect others from this DNA. And this is from the house of Boadicea, and this is Hanuman. So what you get is that bald freak DNA. So for those who have that, you know it works. This is bright, sweet, fizzy, juicy, creamy. You got those woods, some florals. I believe is magnolia here? I believe magnolia, because I almost get this honeyed floral kind of essence on top of this bright, radiant citruses. This thing is a gem. Now, y'all already know how I feel about it. I do think it's overpriced. I do think for what you get, it's overpriced. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad, but as a collector, as a fan of the house, I'm glad I have it. But for me, Contratto has the edge for me when it comes to people pleasing. But again, this DNA is just mistakenly just people love this DNA, and it is a vetiver DNA. People love this DNA. I'm questioning if I want to get Barbados Absolute, Barda Freak Absolute, but I'll never pay retail for Barbados. That always goes on discounters. So that's my take on that. So I'm going to be patiently and wait because I don't need to be in a rush to buy anything. Again, what I wore Thursday was Hanuman from Boadicea the Victorious. Great. Oh, 2 compliments on this. What I want to go with that. On Friday, I wanted to wear another fragrance. Now with this house, you're not going to get the greatest performance when it comes to this house. This house is like quiet luxury. It wears like quiet luxury. I find a lot of their fragrances to wear like this, quiet luxury. What do I mean by that? You have, that opulent luxury. I consider that like, think about like your Dubai, your Middle Eastern, in your face, tigers, falcons, Lamborghinis. It's that opulent luxury. I mean, it's just in your face and brash, right? You have that luxury. Then you have that quiet luxury. Like when you see Tom Brady, if y'all follow certain Instagram pages, Tom Brady will show up at a party, like a 4th of July all-white party, and they start talking about celebrity watches, and you'll have Jay-Z in there and all these other rich billionaires and multimillionaires, and he'll have the most expensive watch on. And he's wearing a like linen shirt, but you don't know that shirt is like $700-800, almost $1,000 for a linen button up. Like that quiet luxury where if you know, you know. That's how these fragrances wear to me. And this is from the House of Fragrance Du Bois, and this is Solstice. So, oh man, some people on if I was doing Fragrantica got it right or wrong. They compare this to Meteor. Those people are absolutely wrong. But you have similar nuances in notes with the citruses, the cardamom in there. I believe pink pepper. You have some wood. So you have these contrasting notes in both fragrances, but they smell totally different. And what really separates Solstice apart from me is that green apple. The green apple on top of the citruses is like a Granny Smith's apple. Very sweet, very lush. On top, these like creamy, soft citruses. This is, again, I get it. These fragrances can be expensive. Especially for retail. If you're paying retail, I don't suggest do that, but you do what you want to do with your own money. But for retail, I get it. I believe retail, this might be like in the 4s or somewhere around there, high 3s, 4s. That's crazy, right? For the performance. And I get what you get bang for your buck. But when you have a lot of fragrances, you start looking at things to add to your wardrobe for utility. And this is when you want to make an impression on somebody, but you don't want to be the fragrance guy. So I would wear something like this to a first date where I want to let you know that I'm that guy. I smell good, but I'm also letting you know I'm quiet. I don't want that much attention. I'm cool. But you're going to smell me because when we see each other, you're going to give me a hug. We'll get more into that on getting people to remember you later on in the video. But yes, Solstice, I enjoyed the wear of this. Nice little dent on that compared to everything I have behind me. That's a nice little dent. I enjoy this. Again, the green apple to me is what really separates this from other fragrances in the genre. And that's Solstice. And that's what I wore on Friday. Okay, coming up Saturday. Saturday, I wanted another easy. Really, all of these were intelligent reaches. I just knew they was going to do what they do. They was going to give me a luxurious wearing experience where I knew I smelled good, whether I got compliments or not. This arguably, probably pound for pound, is one of my favorite fragrances from the entire brand, and I have a ton of fragrances from the brand. They're rather expensive, but this is probably my favorite all around pound for pound. Like if I had to choose one, I might choose this one. If I can only walk away with one, like you would force me to get with one, I'll probably choose this one. And this is from the House of Roja. This is Isola Blu. Isola Blu. Again, nice little dent in that bottle. Nice little dent. So what do you get here? Mint, citruses, vetiver, fresh, masculine to me. Can a woman wear it? Yeah, a woman can wear what she want to wear. She want to wear something woody. But this is probably, when I start going into my transitional fragrances, because to me, you have summer and you have autumn. Sometimes when people think autumn, they think like really, really, really woody fragrances, really oody fragrances, tobaccos. People may even go into some ambers depending on where you live. But there's this period, and there's 2 times a year, at least if you live in the Northeast where I live at, where you have all 4 seasons, where there are 2 transitional seasons within the 4 seasons. That's summer to autumn, and that's winter to spring. When summer to autumn, what you almost get is it might be cooler in the morning. Remember when you was a kid, you used to get dropped off in the morning and you can do the breathe and cold air. But in the middle of the day, you had a jacket on while you was waiting for the bus stop. But then in the middle of the day, at lunchtime or gym time, it got real hot. You got to take that jacket off. But then at night, it got cold again. Or that transitional time between the winter and the spring, where it's like super cold, but in the daytime it gets warm, but then it gets cold again. Those are the 2 transitional times a year for me where I'm really picky on how I wear things to maximize my wearing potential. This is a great transitional fragrance between summer and autumn because it's bright enough for summer, but woody and masculine enough for autumn. Pound for pound, probably my favorite Roja that I own, and that's Isola Blu. Coming up on Sunday. So this fragrance, this is a good fragrance, but I also think that the mass promotion of this brand, working with influencers and possibly paying influencers, if nothing else, giving influencers free bottles and people saying the same things and repeating the same stuff enough. I don't know if the hype is warranted for me. I'm speaking for me. I'm not trying to speak for you. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I think they had a great marketing team and a great rollout. I like this fragrance. This fragrance gives me 3 different wearing experiences. 3 different experiences, and I'll talk about it. But this comes from the House of Fragrance Du Bois, and this is Lucius. Now, this is a fragrance, like I said, that Bleu de Chanel costs $300. You can get this for like $220 at certain discounters if you look around, and the $220, so it's more affordable. This is a good fragrance. Did it blow me away? No, this fragrance doesn't blow me away, but it's good, and it's a solid masculine release for me. Is it smoky? Nah, I don't get smoke in here. So what do I get? When I first spray this on, I get something very creamy, citrus, inviting, warm. So I get almost this sweetness, this creamy sweetness. But that lasts for me for about 20 minutes, give or take, 15 to 20 minutes. That fruity opening lasts for me. Then it starts to change, and it changes like quickly into like another fragrance. It begins to go into this vetiver-tonka thing to me. And for anybody who smelled Guerlain's vetiver-tonka or Parfum Aromas, Ardence, where it has that vetiver-tonka thing, I start getting on my skin, I start getting tons of vetiver, this almost like slightly smoky, but nothing crazy, but more dry, woody vetiver and tonka. It's almost nutty. For anybody who's ever tried vetiver-tonka from Hermes's, then you know what I'm talking about. I think I said Guerlain earlier. It's Hermes's line. But that lasts for about, I guess, an additional 20 minutes. Then the fragrance starts to fade and it does this pickaboo thing. And then I start getting wafts. And then I forget what fragrance I'm wearing, because then it goes into this masculine Baccarat Rouge thing. Now, if you look at certain websites, like Fragrantica got stuff wrong from what Fragrance Du Bois has on their website on what's in it. But something Fragrance Du Bois doesn't mention, I'm getting saffron. Me personally, I'm getting the saffron. That vetiver, I feel like I'm getting some musk. To me, it starts to go into this Baccarat pickaboo thing. So I think it's gone. I think it's not really performing. Then all of a sudden I get a waft 8 hours later. Now, let me tell you, I put this on clothes. I got home from work, wore to work, got home, took my shirt off. I was in a rush because I was going to the gym. I put it like in a pile. It was on the floor in the bathroom somewhere. Just kind of threw it off, changed so I can get to the gym so I wasn't tired, right? I went to bed, left it on the floor. This morning, woke up to say, because I don't like mess, was like, oh, let me put this in the dirty clothes. Picked the shirt up, just picked it up so it was philandering around, and I got a waft. And I was like, bro, is that Baccarat? It gave me that vibe. I'm not saying it's a 1-for-1, but it gave me that vibe. And again, it's on my shirt, and we're talking almost 24 hours later. It was on clothing. So am I going, can you go nose blind to this fragrance? Yeah, I believe so. Is it beast mode? No, I don't find any fragrance from their catalog to be beast mode. Do I like it? Yes. Do I think the promotional rollout with influencers and everybody putting it on IG at the same time was very strategic and masterful? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I told y'all before, if enough people say it, you'll believe it. That's just social conditioning. But for the price I paid for it, $220, like $220 something, $225, bro, it was a no-brainer. It was an absolute no-brainer for me. I mean, it was more affordable than Bleu de Chanel, less exclusive. So I like it. I'm not in love with it, but it was a great wear. And that's what I wore Sunday. So people, that was my weekly rotation for the week of August 18th, 2025. For those who are new here, hit the like button. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Peace. On that note, now let me see what people talking about when we gonna get to the main. That was your appetizer, right? That was your appetizer. We gonna get to the main part of the conversation. How many people we got in here? 169 people. Let's get that like button up. Let me see you say. Has he? No, I don't. Somebody said, have I talked about town and country? No, I haven't. And I kind of want to get into Clive Christian, but when I went to Neiman's and I smelt it, it's just none of them really impressed me in the grand scheme. They just, I mean, they were good. And I didn't bother to say, well, this is the price of that. Let me see where they're at discounters. But it just never they didn't nothing I smelt blew me away that made me say, God dang. I didn't get that from the brand. And I had a whole bunch at Neiman's just stand in front of me. And I was kind of smelling stuff. And then I was just like, yeah, I'm cool. I was just like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it gave me Bond number 9S kind of stuff, but it was just kind of like, okay, it's good stuff. But it didn't resonate with me. It didn't move me. So, but I need to go try it. I heard some people say that Lucius smells a little bit like town and country or gives that kind of vibe. Maybe it do, maybe it don't. But if it do, then I don't know why I need that fragrance, because I don't need the redundancy and I don't like the DNA enough to have multiple of it. So that's just, I'll do something else better with my money. Pay a bill off or something. Yeah, most definitely. It is definitely quiet luxury. Lucius is definitely quiet luxury. Let me see. What do you think about scented wood, plum and cognac? I mean, it's cool. It's like a plum Japanese, it's boozy plum cognac, but I already have a fragrance that I think is better in that realm, and that's from Boadicea, and that's the King. I think the King is superior, so and I don't need multiple of that DNA. And I also been talking about Rag and Bone. I see my guy Max Forte just discovered it. I know I've been talking about that joint for like 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? Rag and Bone. I got put on that by my guy Anthony, veteran with a Purple Heart. When I was doing my amber collecting like pre 2020 or 2019, and I got that. And if you get Rag and Bone, sometimes they have a sale that, and it's just called Amber from Rag and Bone. That thing hit compliments galore. It does everything Plum Japanese does without the florals. And the CR just crazy on that. I mean, I've talked about it a number of times. Unless you're new here, you should already know how I feel about that. But I mean, plum and cognac is cool. It's cool. I don't need multiple of that DNA. But if you've been following me for a while, you know I think everything is cool. I just don't feel the need to buy it. What's the King from Boadicea? I mean, it's their version of plum Japanese, except for you get some oud, leather, tobacco in there. I don't remember plum Japanese have all of those, but they're turned up. Those three kind of notes are turned up another notch, so it's a little bit smoky, leathery, masculine, boozy, plum. Just the King is, bro. Wintertime, you go into a cigar lounge or you go into a bar, bro. The King is yeah, the King. But I've been talking about that for years. So, you know, if you're new here, it's probably that. Oh, he said, all world got some decants. Being a mail by Friday. No problem, no problem. Keep hearing about yes, so I was in Neiman's or one of them places. I took a picture of it. New York Oud is coming back. I have a full bottle of New York Oud. I don't wear. I need to sell it. Once I got into like really good ouds and some other things, and then I got somebody sending me some artisanals, and I got the Middle Eastern real ouds. I'm just the New York oud is just kind of like, but it's good. It's just I know that was Kevin Samuels, one of his favorite rose ouds. I know Darian loves that too. It's good, but it's in a box in a crate setting because it's not on the shelf because I don't plan on wearing it, so I need to sell it. So anyway, okay, let's talk about the topic of the day and why some of you all are here. How many we got here? 180 people in the chat. Some of y'all want to go into the topic, so let's get into the topic. The topic of today is make her remember you. For the 0.08 women who subscribe to me, you can make him remember you. It's the same theory, but since most of my audience is men, I'm going to talk to men, not trying to leave y'all out. Here's the thing I always say. Women do not miss you. I'm going to say it again. Women do not miss you. They miss how you make them feel. A lot of women, not all, because women are not a monolith, operate a lot on feelings. How you make a woman feels is what she really misses. It's not you per se. It's how you make her feel. When you can trigger her curiosity, this is how I'm tying things. Trust me, I'm not going straight red pill. I'm tying some of this into fragrances. It's triggering her curiosity. How you make a woman feel, triggering her curiosity is how you make her remember you. I've always said, do you just want to smell good, or do you want to be legendary? Legends are remembered. A lot of people she can walk by smell good, but are you remembered? Does she be like him? The guy with the he was wearing the red hat, blue shirt. You know, that guy, your friend, tall, short. You triggered her curiosity, right? Stop being surface level, right? A lot of things we do are all surface level stuff. When a lot of things people have problems with connecting, and I'm coming up with these conversations because, of course, compliment getting and all these topics are what's popular. So clearly people have issues in this realm. Too many people are just surface level, right? It's just surface level. You have no curiosity. You have no charisma about you. Nothing about you is mysterious. You're just loud, or you're just overly exposed. You have zero curiosity with you in your surface level. You have to learn how to use your emotional hooks into a person in order to be remembered. You have to stand out. You have to stand out. And stand out don't mean you walk in wearing 57 sprays or something. That's not really standing out. Or it is, but you can be standing out in a bad way. You could be standing out in a bad way. The power of scent and smell. Smell invokes a memory of a person, place, or context. This is why what you wear, how you wear, will make a person remember you. Sight is the most powerful sense we have. Smell is probably up there with number 2, just on a survival level. There's a reason why when people had COVID, if people ever got COVID, or when you're sick, you have the flu and you stopped up, food doesn't even taste good. You ever couldn't smell and you tried to eat your favorite food and it tasted bland? For those of my bourbon liquor guys, you know. What do they tell you? Nose it. Enjoy it. Chestnuts, caramel, dry fruits, little nutty, getting a little bit of nutmeg. Sip it. Taste the finish, smooth, relaxing. That's good. Your sense of smell invokes so many things. It invokes so many memories when you go and deal with smell. Good, bad, but it invokes it. It's a powerful sense. Powerful. The power of scent memory. How the science of smell and the scent of emotion, memory intertwine and can be exploited. I'm not saying that you use powers for evil in bad things, but scent memory and learning how to deal with that is highly important when you want to leave a lasting impression, especially first impressions. First impressions, scent memory. As I said, it's all neuroscience. The strongest sense is sight, but smell has a powerful link to memory, emotion due to the olfactory bulb connection with the limbic system. I'm going to play this audio. I just want y'all to listen to that kind of backs up some of the stuff I'm saying. And then we'll get into kind of how to tie that into fragrances to get, and this at the end of the day is to get the most out of your wearing experience and to look at fragrances different. And again, I'm not talking to the collector. I'm not talking to the person who is here to experience different notes. I'm talking about a guy or the gal who just wants to smell good. You just want to smell good. You want to be complimented. You look at fragrance as a part of your wardrobe, and we'll get into that. But let me play this audio. Let me turn this up.
Our vision is discount bargain basement hardware. I was thinking, which sense has the most detail? New research says that it's our sense of smell. So wait, how do we even compare the resolution of different senses. You need some sort of standardization there. You can talk about vision in terms of the wavelengths and intensities of light we can see. Hearing is all about frequencies and loudness. Now that's pretty easy. We can break that stuff down and know that we can see somewhere between 2 and 7 million different colors and hear about 350,000 different tones. Smell's a little bit harder. Scents come from molecules, these volatile chemicals coming off the thing you're smelling and reaching your nose. Then they head up your nose to neurons called the olfactory receptors that are chilling behind your nasal passages. The only neurons you have, by the way, that are exposed to air. And the molecules bind to tiny hair-like cilia on the neurons, and then boom, you've got a smell. The thinking up until now has been that you've got hundreds of receptors that are all sensitive to different molecules. The smell of a rose is 275 different molecules, all being detected by different olfactory receptors. And it was assumed that with all possible combinations, we can smell 10,000 different scents. Except, whoops, we never actually did any experiments on that. Because like I said, y'all, smell is hard. This new research took 128 different odor molecules and mixed them into different configurations, some that were very similar, some that were very different, and then had 28 different adults smell all the combinations to see how many they recognized as unique. Now, there's a lot of margin for reporting error here, obviously, but taking that into consideration, the researchers think we can detect 1 trillion different stimuli. Even comparing that to the high end of visible colors, 7 million, that means your nose is 150,000 times more sensitive than your eyes and over 2.8 million times more sensitive than your ears. We already know that smell and memory are linked because your olfactory bulb and your limbic system are strongly linked. It's got this direct highway to your amygdala and your hippocampus, which process emotion and associative learning. Now, this is just me thinking, and it is not part of the study, but knowing how much more sensitive and precise smell is than sight or hearing, that connection begins to make a lot more sense. So let the sense with the most detail, right, be the one that powers your memory recall. Maybe that's why my memory is bad, because my allergies always keep me stuffed up. Listen. What smell always brings up a memory for you? Let me know. And
so for those who don't believe the science of it all, think about this on the let's just break it down to the lowest level. How do you think people come up with something topics like vacation scents I should wear on vacation? Because you associate a certain fragrance. When I smell Isola Verde, I associate this with the tropics. I do. I smell exotic fruits, island fruits. I smell the booze. I associate this with a fun vacation. That's my scent association with this. So if I'm going to do a vacation list, I'm tapping into scent memories, vacations I've been on, experiences I've walked or I've been on, and I come up with this. If I was going to come up with a fragrances to wear to a cigar lounge, I tap into the scents, the smell of emotions. Your nose and training your nose is like a muscle. It gets stronger. That's why I enjoy cigars from time to time, because that sense of smell. I enjoy bourbons, cognacs, booze things, because of scent memory. There are fragrances like what's the name of that fragrance? Simone Androli, right? Tulum Junglescape. I can watch people review that fragrance and they'll talk about that fragrance as an aquatic, as a fresh aquatic. Bro, that's not an aquatic. That's tequila. It's tequila. But if you don't drink, you haven't experienced tequila, you don't know that's tequila. Besides the fact that lime, salt, agave is tequila. If you see that in a note, they going for tequila. Agave is the main source of curating and creating tequila. The lime is, generally speaking, what's topped with tequila, and salt is what's around the rim of the glass. Most of the times, when you see fragrances like that, that's tequila. Precious liquids, blue agave, that's tequila. Most people who don't drink won't get that because their scent memory won't put that there. Aqua Sapphire, another fragrance. People smell that and they just smell a basic aquatic. There's a reason when you look at the note breakdown, It has Divana, which also Isola Verde is. It's green, it's herbaceous, but it's also boozy and fruity. That note, both of that has that, and then both have rum. That's a drink. It's just you haven't experienced that drink. So your scent memory will just think aquatic when people who have a say, oh no, that's a Mai Tai. Scent memory. Scent memory. So when you look at things like that, that's how you can tap into scent memory. Now, how does that work for you and how you can use that to your best experience? I said this, I think, in my last live or one of my last couple of lives. Now that I'm doing them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I get mixed up. Is the importance of dressing your fragrances up. Too many people are just putting things on. They aren't dressing it up. If you don't care about compliments, care about people thinking you smell good, some people don't care. Deep down, I think we all care, but some people don't care. It ain't the sole reason why I buy fragrances. If I leave the house and don't get a compliment, I don't care. I'm not down on myself like, this fragrance sucked. I didn't get a compliment. I'm not down. But with that said, to get one is a good thing. For somebody to say you smell good. It's affirmation. It's like saying, yeah, I know. I picked it out. I like it. Thank you for letting me know I have good taste. Nothing wrong with somebody giving you a little affirmation, telling you have good taste, especially if it's positive affirmation, right? So learning to dress your fragrances up is the best way to get the most out of it. When you start thinking about things like synesthesia, which is drawing colors from smells. So you smell, you see a color. So if you smelling a blue aquatic, you start smelling blues, whites, aquatics. Okay, if I'm gonna wear a white t-shirt, blue jeans, I want to wear a blue aquatic. I'm gonna match that up. Oh, it's autumn. When I think autumn in the Northeast, I'm thinking browns, leaves, cool, maybe damp. Okay, patchoulis, tobaccos, browns, vetivers, browns, ouds, leathers. Okay, I'm going to match it up with this. Okay, I'm wearing a black shirt. Let me wear this with a black shirt. I'm not saying that you can't wear Meteor with a black shirt. But if you wear Creed's Royal Oud with a black shirt, I think you'll, with like a black turtleneck and some black jeans, some slacks, I think you'll get more out of it. That's me. I could be wrong. But to me, I like to look at things and dress it up. That's why I said the first step you have to do is stop calling this a fragrance collection. Call it a fragrance wardrobe. I'm going to continue to harp on that forever. It is a fragrance wardrobe. Look at it like you look at your closet. How many white shirts do you own? How many do you need to own? Do you have enough white shirts? Should you start looking at some blacks? Should you start looking at some colors? Maybe some pinks, some yellows, some blues. Like, do you need to expand? You got nothing but tennis shoes. It's time to get some dress shoes. You don't own a suit. It's time to get a tailored suit. It's time. It's that time. Time to do that. You own a tux? Might be time to buy at least one. Okay, where's my tux fragrance? Okay, this is what I'm gonna wear when I do this. Okay, bet. Don't mean you can't wear this when you're doing that, but to maximize, I can wear Diaghilev whenever I want to. I can wear Alt Lux, Raja's, Alt Lux, Raja. I can wear that whenever I want to. I think if I'm dressed up and I'm going somewhere formal, I think I'm gonna get more bang for my fucking buck. I don't think it's rocket science to say I'm gonna get more bang for my buck if I do that. I'm just gonna get more bang for my buck. If I'm going to a black tie event, I will get more bang for my buck there than wearing Meteor. I can wear Meteor. People might like it. I think, RDHP 20 or 15 or Pico Valderrama or something Aldehydes or a Chanel or Guerlain. I think I'll get more bang for my buck doing that. That's my personal opinion. You don't have to agree. Do what you want. I'm just giving my opinion on my channel. I don't want to argue with you. But think about creating a wardrobe. Think about curating, use that word, curating a proper wardrobe. Think about colors, fragrances, matching things up to outfits, and what else? To moods. Think about creating your fragrance to create a mood. If you with your wife, your girlfriend, I might wear a certain fragrance with somebody I'm intimate with at night than a coworker, unless you on some creepy shit with your coworker. But I'm going to set the mood. So if I'm going with a coworker's all out, I might wear Meteor, right? At night at a bar, just easy going. It smells good. People say you smell good. But if I'm going out to dinner with a lady I plan on being intimate with, what have I said? These are things I've always said on my channel. Sample everything. Trust your own nose. Sample everything. Trust your own nose. Think of your fragrances as a wardrobe. Dress your fragrances up. Create the mood. Fragrance is a form of nonverbal communication. Those are I stand on all those 6 of those elements. Nonverbal communication. I'm wearing this to just hang out with coworkers, with a lady or man, if you're into that. I'm going to wear something sexy. I might wear oud nude. I might wear a rose oud or a rose fragrance or a vanilla fragrance and entice the aphrodisiac. Why is that? Vanilla is an aphrodisiac. Vanilla makes people think of food. Food is comforting for people. What do some people do when they're depressed? They eat. They eat when they're depressed. It gives them comfort. Why do you think gourmands are a thing in fragrances? Comfort. Why is that important? If you need to break down walls, barriers of a person, this is all psychological warfare. It's attacking the mind. It's all neuroscience. You're attacking scent memory. You're attacking things. So I need you to be more open with me. I'm not going to wear some animalic fecal oud on a first date. Unless I'm in Dubai or something, and that's it, like when in Rome, do what the Romans do. But I'm going to wear something more comforting. Vanillas open up. What happens when you meet somebody? I'm thinking a date, right? You're going to give somebody a hug. What's one place I've always said a man should spray at? Somewhere in the center. It's not, yes. People say, yeah, but EQ, if you're spraying in the center of your chest, the fragrance going to rise and you're not going to smell it. So what? It ain't about me. I own the fragrance. I know what the fuck it smells like. I know what it smells like. I don't have to smell it all night. It's not about me. It's about when I give her a hug. We've already admitted that fragrance here in the middle of your chest will rise up to your nose and over time can lower your, how you sense it. What's going to happen when you give her a hug? And if you're tall and her head is in your chest, it's going to smack her right in the odor is going to be there. You know what's going to happen when she smells that and she gives you a hug? She's going to feel your back muscles, if you have them. She's going to feel your arms. When she's hugging you, she's feeling your muscle body tone. She's feeling you. She's processing. They always say women in the first minute know if they want to have sex with you or not. They process that. And then every minute, second, hour after that, you just rather go up or you go down when you open your mouth. They could be like, I can, They think, I can fuck them. And then you say something crazy, and then they be like, then you be like, oh, but I do this. And then they be like, it's a roller coaster. But you could just go, depends on you, your personality. Scent is just first impressions. But learning how to use that. So if I'm on a first date, I want something that's something that's comforting. I want to attack your sense of memory. I want you to remember me when I'm no longer there. What did I say again? Women don't remember you. They remember the feeling you gave them. So what happens when you go over there at night and you clap it up and you're wearing a fragrance and maybe you stay over and that fragrance is on the pillow? Guess what? That fragrance is going to remind her every time she smell it. Bro, within a minute, I had the big O. In a minute, bro, I was running from it. Bro, he was eating it, and I was like, whoa, stop. I was backing up running. He pulled me in sniper style. You be down there sniper style. Your leg be cocked like you about to shoot a rifle. You know what I mean? You put the hooks in. Don't go nowhere. Get over here, girl. Oh, whoa. What are you doing? Whoa. When they smell that again in the morning, at night, you ever had a woman say, what was that you was wearing? It's still on my pillow. Yeah, I know. I know. You want me to give you a little decant of that so you can just spray that on your pillows, when I'm not around? Could you please? Yeah, I got you. I give you a 2 ml. You know what I'm saying? It happens. I'm hoping that some of y'all have those stories. I'm hoping I'm not talking about myself. I'm hoping y'all can relate to that. She doesn't remember you. She remembers how you made her feel. So every time she smells that, she's going to remember she had multiple orgasms all night. Especially when, statistically speaking, most women don't have orgasms. So if you did that, you're already above the game. I don't know. Just a thought. But let's take it off sex, because that's so surface level in like low vibrational. Let's just talk about a good conversation. Because sex is like low vibrational. That's like easy, right? It's there, it's done, it's gone. An hour later, everybody comes, everybody nuts. And then it's like, okay, then what's left? But the good conversation, they remember that. When you made her laugh, she remembers that. What was you wearing when you made her laugh? She hasn't laughed like that in 5 years. She just got divorced from a horrible marriage. She hasn't laughed in 5 years. It's been about her and her kids. You took her out on a date. You made her feel good. She was able to get pretty, go out the house. You made her laugh. You was wearing this fragrance. She remembers that. She hasn't laughed in a long time. She hasn't smiled in forever. What was you wearing? You made her smile. What about that deep conversation that made her think differently? Because y'all was talking about whatever. That's upper level thinking. That's not sex and panty droppers. That's like low vibrational. That's easy. Worst case scenario, you can go buy some ass. That's like that's like easy. When it's done, then you have post-nut clarity. Then it's like, oh, okay, what's next? Low vibrational. But that good conversation, building your mindset, your thoughts, how you approach, are you driven? Conversations about last books you read. What's the last book you read? That's first date. That should be, unless you don't read. Some of y'all don't read. Okay, cool. Whatever. To each his own. Ask somebody, what's the last book you read? She'd be like, oh my God, you read? Yeah, I do. What's the last book you read? I read this. Tell me about it. Oh yeah? What books are you looking forward to? Some books I was thinking about getting. I just ain't get them yet. I'm kind of into these kind of books. Mental note. Maybe you pick her up, maybe you have her address, or maybe the second date, you remember what she was saying, you learned what kind of book she liked. You showed up at the second date, said, hey, I remember that conversation we was having about neurology and science. I peeped this book at Amazon. Here's my gift to you. Instead of roses, here's a book. You know what I'm saying? A good book you can read. I thought you might like this. Thoughtful, because you think, you listen. You got 2 ears for a reason. 1 mouth. Close it. Listen. Maybe you buy her book. She's going to remember you buying her a book. Women all know since they were little girls, people been trying to stick peen in them. Since they was girls, you saying you want to fuck don't mean shit. Everybody wants to fuck. Every man wants to fuck. That doesn't move them. Surface level. Get above it. What books you read? How did I make you laugh? How did I make you feel? Maybe I held your hand a certain way when we crossed the street because I stepped off the curb first. And she said, damn, I haven't had that. Maybe the way you pump gas because she has, it's so, maybe the way you took charge and you placed the order because you knew what she was going to like, because you listened to the kind of food she liked. You took her to a restaurant that she's kind of into that kind of food, and you probably already knew what she was going to order, and maybe you took charge and placed that order for her. Maybe. Maybe you gave the tip before the bill, because the tip is before the bill gets things moving faster, and then you tip after, depending on what you're doing and where you at. When you go to a bar, try tipping before the bill. Hey, here, I'm buying this drink. Well, how much the drink? $10. I'm giving you a 20. Keep that. Keep the drinks flowing. You know what happens when you do that? Whenever you walk up to the bar, even if it's a line, you be like, hey, 2. They make them quicker. You get 2. They were $10 a piece. That's 20. So you give him a 30. So now he already got $20 tips on you. Because you gave him a 20 when you bought 1. He got a $10 tip. Right? You order 2, that's 20. You give him 30, that's another $10 tip. That's $20 tip. Bro, I don't give a if it's a line. Hey, yo, 2. Hey, Mike. He gonna make them. Hey, excuse me, out the way. Let me get these real quick. Bro, y'all gotta learn how to move the crowd. Tipping is before. Tipping, like you kind of tip before the service. And then you can tip after, but, you know, I mean, to each his own. To each his own. There's a reason why you looked at some mob movies and shit like that, and they had the folded money, and when they was getting in, they kind of gave the money a clap. There's a science behind that. But anyway, let's not get into tipping. But that kind of assertiveness can be looked at. But what I will say is, you know, you got to watch what you lead with. Because what you lead with is what you will be remembered for. That's what you value, what you lead with. If you lead with money, don't get mad when somebody uses you for money. But if you lead with thoughtfulness, kindness, empathy, good conversation, good dialogue, mental stimulation, they will expect it. And that's easy to maintain if that's who you are. But if you don't have the money to maintain that, then you're going to be screwed. You're going to be fucked because it's going to catch up to you. And then when she leaves, you're going to be like, damn, I don't spent a couple grand on Shawty. Well, I mean, you lay it with money. What you expect? But again, learn to dress fragrances up. Learn to use fragrances to create the mood. Creating the mood. I want something romantic. I'm going to choose romantic fragrances. What are romantic fragrances? Florals. Rose, vanilla, warm woods, gourmand stuff, almonds, honey, sweets. These sweet fragrances, sweet. This is why designer fragrances like work, because they're all like bubblegum sweet. Sweet is always going to be a go-to. What do most people go to when they're depressed? They go for sweets. There's a reason. Sugar is more addictive than drugs. Sugar is the most addictive thing, one of the most addictive things we go after is sugar and alcohol. It's sugar in a lot of things we eat, but it's sugar. The sugar is what we're addicted to. Sugar. So, sweet fragrances, sugar, comforting, addiction, boom. Mental. In the mind. But this is why it's also important, and I'll start reading the comments as I close out, because I'm about to close out. This is why it's also important to have a signature scent. What are you known for? What are you known for? Sometimes having all these fragrances don't work. I tell y'all all the time. I know it sounds contradictory because I have a whole bunch of things behind me, but I'm doing content, bro. It's different, but I get it. It's, you don't want to listen. You be like, oh, you got all that stuff. I'm trying to get that. I don't know why you need that. A signature scent, and it could be a signature scent for work, whenever I go on a date. What you are known for, signature, can create habits, memories, creating six signatures, memories. It's hand in hand. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered for Hanuman? Do you want to be remembered for this? So you, anytime you with Shawty, you go somewhere, you wear this. She knows this. If she's anywhere and smells Baccarat Freak, Contratto, if she smells any of those in the air, she's going to remember you. Now, with that, if you got a bad memory, they're going to remember that as well. This is why they say you shouldn't wear a when people really ask me, I did that wedding video. I always say wear your favorite fragrance to your wedding, because your wedding should be your most important thing in your life, one of the most important things in your life, next to the birth of your kid. So when you're doing stuff like that, wear your favorite fragrances or one of your favorite fragrances. So anytime you smell that, you'll be like, damn. Think about some of y'all. Y'all will smell a certain fragrance and be reminded of your father, even if he's not around no more. You will smell a certain fragrance and you will cry. You'll smell it, you be like, damn, y'all, this shit remind me of my grandmother. Day 3 fragrances, Tres Oros. It's like pineapple. It's a Dominican dessert, but my scent memory reminded me of my grandmother's pineapple cake. I cried when I smelled it the first time. I cried, legitimately. Tears came down my eyes. I couldn't control it, and I didn't know why. I knew why, but it was just weird. It don't happen as much now. Now I want to clap some cheeks to it. It's crazy. But no, it reminded me, that's a joke, but it reminded me, seriously, it reminded me of my grandmother. And for those who know me, know, you know, when I lost my grandmother, that made me into a different person. Because I lost my grandmother Christmas morning in 1995. I'll never forget it. It's the first time I saw my father cry. I'll never forget that. Christmas has never been the same since 1995. Christmas morning. Christmas Eve, I was over my friend's house, spent the night. We was playing Nintendo video games. They woke me up. It was like, hey, your parents said you got to come home or whatever. I'm like, damn, I just woke up playing video games. All right, I'll be home. I'm older now. I ain't looking for no toys or nothing. Came home, father on the steps crying. Talked to her Christmas Eve. My life has changed, has never been the same. Ever. So when I smelt that, it hit me in a way that set memory. It hit me deep, hit me real deep. I had to set for that for a minute. It took me a while to review it. I didn't even want to review. It's just kind of, I don't really know how to really process that. You know what I'm saying? So scent memory, man, it's important, man. It's important. It's a form of nonverbal communication, and that's why I always try to tell y'all to close this conversation up before I start talking to the comments, and answering whatever questions is. Stop chasing the dragon, man. I'm always tell y'all, man. Y'all like to consume a lot of fragrance content. I'm telling you as a fragrance content creator, we like money. We're going to push for money. In some places, like TikTok is damn near a walking commercial. I don't think TikTok is necessary evil. I go on there and I put some stuff up there for necessary evil. But anytime I come across the fragrance content, I'm almost disgusted. Because you can't find, especially when it comes, you can't find nothing without a shop, and that's somebody trying to sell you to buy a clone. Or an affiliate link. It is disgusting, bro. For me, to each his own. But I'm not mad at them for getting money. I just don't consume the content. I really bypass it. I do my best to bypass some of that content. So you just got to watch what you're consuming all the time. Because it is a total, I am the anti reviewer to a certain degree. I want to tell you what I think, what I've been wearing. Let you make the choice. Tell you need to sample. And if you choose to not listen to me when I say you need to sample, that's on you. Don't come to me telling me how you didn't like something. You made the choice to buy that. I'm just telling you, don't even ask me, should I buy it? Because if you ask me, should I buy it, I should say, give me your social, your bank login information, and password. And you're going to be like, why are you asking that? I'm going to say, because you might as well give me money to your bank account because you asking me to make a purchase for you. Like, just give me your money. Let me blow it. Make smart choices. Make smart choices. You don't need everything. Everything smells good. I think what I wore this week was fire. And what I'm going to wear this week is going to be fire. Don't mean you got to buy everything or own everything I own. You don't. Compliments, so what? So what? Some stranger complimented me. Yes. Some stranger complimented me on this. Total stranger. I don't know him. So what? One, it doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. It doesn't. You may never get a compliment on this. So if you buying it just for that, you're screwing yourself. Don't hit me telling me it didn't work for you. I don't care. I'm telling you to sample, figure it out on your own. I'm always going to do that. This is what I struggle with being a reviewer or reviewing fragrances I buy, because I buy things that I'm going to wear or things that I love and things that I want to accumulate in my wardrobe. And some of those things going to cost a little bit of money. And I don't think some of y'all really need that shit. And you should probably buy clones or something a little bit more affordable. But I'm not spending my money buying affordable stuff. I'm not spending my money to buy affordable stuff to a certain degree. I'm not. I don't need to. I prefer to just buy this or the original or whatever. I'm okay with that. That's my mindset. But I do understand there is a link between that, and I don't want to dive too much in that because we're going to get into that on Friday. But, you know, people, it's QVC out here. Content is being pushed out every single day. It's QVC. And unlike a lot of people, I'm telling you, I like money. I want to get paid. It don't mean I'm selling out, but yeah, I mean, people are changing their family dynamics and family lives to get paid. I just want I'm not trying to be a Robin Hood per se. I don't want to put on the Robin Hood trope. A lot of people do that, save, I'm not trying to save Fragcom. I'm just telling you things from mistakes that I've made, things that I've done, my successes, some of my failures, things that I bought I probably shouldn't have bought, some things I don't really need. And hopefully you don't have to go through the same mistake that I've been through. Hopefully, if you can learn from it, cool. If you don't listen, cool. Your money. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that much. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But always do what's best for you. In my opinion, stop chasing the dragon. For the most part, if you find the right fragrance that invokes your scent memory, or if you know how to invoke somebody else's scent memory, you can have the most out of your fragrances. And that's the end of that part of the show. Again, appreciate y'all watching. And at that point, let's have some questions and answers. And then let me see where I'm at on time. Good time. Hour and 14 minutes. I ain't even hit an hour and a half yet. Great time, bro. I would have liked been done under an hour. But if y'all got questions, now it's time to ask them. Let's get to it. I still haven't downloaded TikTok. I'm good off of it. Bro, it is somebody said, EQ, have you openly shared what I do for a living? No, ain't none of your business. I don't know. I slang dick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do OnlyFans. I slang dick. Yeah, I know you don't want to subscribe and see it. I don't know. Like that shit ain't like I keep social media ain't real. I keep my personal life and social media separate. I think people should do that. Cause some people crazy. And if somebody pull up at my house, a lot of slow singing, the flower bringing, if my burger alarm starts ringing, what you think all the guns is for? All-purpose war got the Rottweilers by the door, and I feed them gunpowder so they can devour the criminals trying to steal my decimals. Damn. I'm just saying. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Listen, are you from the DMV? It's a DMV thing, though. You know what I'm saying? So dating in the DMV is crazy, right? Dating in the DMV, DMV, I think is one of the best areas to live in. I think it's a lot of money here. It's a lot of success here. In the DMV, 5 or 6 of the richest counties in the entire United States is in the DMV area. So there's a lot of politics, money, business, and things that can be made in this area. That's why developing relationships, who you know and what you know, will get you far in life. You'll learn real quick being in DC. I don't care if you in the streets or you whatever, who you know and what you know and how you know in developing relationships and friendships to get you far in life. You learn that at a young age, and what people do when you meet somebody, one of the first things they be like, hey, where you work? What you do? Shit, I always found that to be rude. It's like, how much money you got? Like, motherfucker, you trying to rob me and shit? Like, what's up? Or somebody be like, hey, what size are those? What, them shoes tight, you know, what size them joints? Your size, motherfucker, come take them. Like, I come from that era. Your size, what's up? Like, it's just kind of, you know what I mean? I get those kind of questions I get weird about, because it's like, motherfucker, like, what's up with you, Slim? I agree with what you said. Dress a fragrance up. Women are more likely to compliment a man when he dresses well. Yeah, absolutely. They got money in Mo County. Absolutely. Definitely money out there. But Loudoun County got it the most. Loudoun, Fairfax, Arlington, Howard County. But I don't really consider Howard County part of the DMV. And sorry, I don't. If it's not on the 495, you can't hit it from the 495 Beltway, then it ain't the DMV. Yeah, man, I'm out here. What the kids calling it now? Yeah, I think I heard on somebody's podcast. They be like, women be twerking, and they be like, men be twerking. Be like, what the fuck is twerking? You know, be like, shaking your dick and shit in some sweatpants. I twerk for a living and shit. Have you put my nose on Fragrance Du Bois Rouge Cherry? No, I haven't. I thought about it. And maybe Parfums France and Tyson's might have it. But I'm just over cherry I've been kind of over gourmands for the last couple of years. Like, I got them, but I don't wear them as much. But if I'm on a cherry fragrance, I wear Bodacious from Boadicea. I'm cool. Any fragrance is just going to be just as good as it. I don't think it's going to be better. It'd be just as good. And I don't need 50 million cherry fragrances. Not my cup of tea. It's just not my cup. I don't need to smell like 20 different cherries. That's me. Speaking for me. And then I have what's the Mind Games fragrance? The cherry. Well, 2 cherry Mind Games fragrances, because Rue Lopez, which I think is the best cherry Mind Games fragrance, and then you have the other one. I can't think of the other cherry. Yeah, man, born and raised in DMV. Prince George's County, to be exactly. I'm from PG. I'm not from DC, not from Virginia. I'm from PG. Pretty Girl County is what we call it. Would you be interested in making a top 10, 15 list of everything a man needs in his collection? I mean, I could do that. Maybe I'll do that like, I don't know, next French Defense. Yes. Maybe I'll do that next Wednesday, depending on if I don't think I have a shipment of fragrance coming in. So this Wednesday, I'm going to be doing an unboxing. A independent company sent me all their fragrances. I think they sent me, it's like a nice box. So it might be all their fragrances in a box. I have not opened it. I'm going to open it on camera, unpackage it on camera, smell it first on camera. You're going to know how I feel on camera, if I think it's fire or if it's just kind of, it's good. A lot of things are just good. Some things, it's cool. Hopefully it's good. I don't really want to unbox. Y'all know me. For people who've been watching me, y'all know I be like, I don't like talking about things I don't like. Just because I don't see the purpose in doing a video talking about things I don't like. It's kind of, I got better things to do. But when it's when you're doing a first impression, like, you don't really have control of that, because you don't know what they smell like if it's a true first impression. So some things you might like, some things you might not like. I hope I like at least 50% of it. I hope. I hope. I hope it's a quality, and we'll see. I'll try to find ways to give positive and negative. If it's all good, I'm sure I can find a negative thing like, hey, I would probably do this. But I don't like really telling companies what to do with their business, because some people don't like to be told what to do with their business. I don't want nobody telling me, to a certain degree, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna tell you, first impression live scare me. It's like I almost rather do it, you know what I'm saying, as a regular video, and then I could be like I can open them up, and then if I get through all 5, 6, 7, I don't like them shits, I'll just be like, yeah, I'm not doing this video. These joints jive, like, ain't it. But on a live, it is what it is. My favorite white musk. Ugh. What's my favorite white musk for autumn? Armani Privé. No, is that? No, but I like white musk. I like most of those in the spring, to be totally honest. And I would wear like Musk Therapy. I would wear Killian got one that I picked up when it came. Musk Butterfly. I like that because it's floral. Most white musk, like predominantly white musk, are floral. Most of them are like floral. So I just like those in the spring. I got a Armani Privé one. 1957 is a good, or 54 or 57. I don't remember. Chanel. I think it's 57. That's a good one. I need to add that. I've been loafing on adding that, but at 350 a pop, I just got other things I would just rather have before I have that. But like that, Jersey Boy, all those I need to add because I want them as samples, and yeah, they work on my skin. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What's that Armani Privé? Let me go on the internet real quick, because this is talk to me hours, so I don't mind looking at my phone. Um, Musk Shamal. Musk Shamal. I like that. That's like Middle Eastern. I like that one. I own it. It's like out of headache. But again, that's floral. So I like white musk in the spring, to be totally honest. In the wintertime, I'm straight up ouds, cedars, vetivers, leathers, tobaccos. That's my vibe. And every now and then, and boozy. Boozy, vetiver, because most boozy fragrances uses oak or some sort of woods that dominate it. So, boozy fragrances, ouds, vetivers, cedars especially. Vetivers and cedars especially, they just work really good in that autumn transition. Tobaccos. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Cashmere musk. Hold on. Y'all. Is that y'all might make me buy something, depending on who this is. Ajmal? Is that Ajmal? Somebody say is that Ajmal? And if so, before y'all make me jump out the window, let me know if that's Ajmal, the cashmere musk y'all talking about. But if that smells like something else, y'all better let me know because I don't need redundancy. I'm not a redundant kind of guy. I'm gonna be pissed at y'all if y'all do that. But again, then how many pissed at y'all when I say I should sample everything. So see, I'm kind of breaking my own rules. What type of settings would I wear oud for greatness in? Okay, cool. Because I have the best oud, well, one of the best oud for greatness clones, inspirations, or whatever, and that's Al Coop from Boadicea. I got that what about a month ago? 3 weeks now, maybe about a month. I haven't figured that out yet when I'm gonna wear that. That fragrance can be a little divisive. I think it can. So that's a fragrance sometimes I just like to wear just to wear. Like, so if it's wintertime, I'll just wear it just to wear it. But if I want to dress it up, mm, maybe depending on if I live in the Northeast. So if it's cool, if it's snowing outside and I'm like ripping and running, going to the mall, going to do some shopping, I'm just kind of like out and about, I'll put something like that on then because it's no pressures, right? It's no pressure. It's just kind of like I'm out and about and I'm just going about my way. I'm probably wearing a sweater or something. I'm wearing a pea coat or some dress boots or something like that. Like, a Scully, I can do something like that. I wouldn't wear that to a first date. Only time I wear a fragrance like that to a date is if the woman has smelt it and she loves it. That is too divisive for me. I wouldn't do that. I hope that answered your question. See, if it's heavier on the oud, I don't know if I really want that. They said the Whittian limited 71 extreme heavy on the oud. I don't know if I really want that. Oud for greatness, I like Al Coop because it is to me, the perfect combination of oud for greatness and Baccarat, which some people say that's kind of more Hautane because it's sweeter. Like you can really pick up the Baccarat aspects of that, the sweetness, because I've worn that. Like kind of just like testing it because I wore that like in the heat. Like I've been testing it to see how I'm going to wear that this year because I haven't figured that out yet. How I'm gonna wear that this year. Yeah, it's very airy, very airy. So yeah, I don't know if I want a heavier oud of that because it's just, especially if the saffron is really really spicy. I don't know if that's something I really want. All right. I haven't. So I need to go to Neiman's and smell. Is that a Matrix Metal? Is that a new heatiness? Harmonious. I mean, I'm not. I mean, the Harmonious is cool. I don't know. I never really Harmonious really never. Listen, I know Kevin Samuels said it's sex in a bottle. I smelt that shit. And it was cool. It was cool. I mean, it's nice. It's doable, but I feel like I had fragrances that kind of did the same thing. So I just don't know why I should spend that money for that fragrance, Hypnotizing Fire. It was cool. I think what was it? Sacred Water. I did like, but I didn't buy it. But I did want to wear that for like the summer when it's like super super hot. But I need to sample that again, and I'm not really trying to pay 285 for that. If I'm gonna be totally honest, but I think if I'm gonna get any harmonious, I'm gonna try that. Let me see. You said Matrix Metal. Let me see. Is this a new one? Let me see what's going. Ooh, some Jumper Shop got that joint for 139. That shit is excellent price. Hold on, Brett. Hold on. 139. Huh. Back to school sale. 50 ml. If anybody's looking to get that bottle, you know what I mean, please use my Jumper Shop link. If you could, I'll be grateful. Thank you. Let me see. What kind of metal, nutmeg, tea, vetiver, sequoia, white musk, sandalwood. I mean, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound exciting to me. sounds just good. Sounds good. Hold on. Somebody said it smells like bro. Fragrance could be. Do it smell like Magnamar? Because I don't. Yeah. Somebody said, bro. Yeah, in transformation. Yeah, I mean, when I smelled it, it was cool. I don't know. I smelled the harmonious fragrances, and I was just like, unless they sending them, I just like, I don't know why I'm spending money on this. It just didn't. It didn't move me in a way that I needed to spend money to add into my fragrance wardrobe. Not that it's not good. Hypnotizing Fire is good. But I told y'all, I'm strategic in curating my wardrobe. If it doesn't fit, I'm not getting it. If it doesn't fit, I must acquit. House of Bo. Now, I'm gonna tell you something about the House of Bo. They spend a lot of money on their influencer marketing, and I don't trust that. So I've avoided them unless I find them on a discount. Like, so if my connect from a discounter get them and I can smell them before I buy them, then I might get some. Like, they got a marijuana one. What is that? Verd or something Verd. Like, I kind of want to try that one. I kind of want that to be my intro. And I know they just came out with another one, but their marketing is so good on Instagram that I oftentimes I've seen too many influencers who I know they've been paid to talk about it, who haven't disclosed that they've been paid, which by law they supposed to put that out there. They don't have to tell you how much, but they supposed to put that out there. That I can't trust them, because if you lie about that, then you might lie about something else. I don't know. So I'm just kind of like, so that's my thing with that. I've seen that a lot. So if I see that a lot and people not disclosing that, then I kind of get turned off from that. And that's just kind of my thing. So I avoid them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, listen, if I can find it at a discounted price, I mean, how much is it? Let me just see how much it is. Let me see, because I haven't even looked. I've been seeing, like, I see people not really disclosing their stuff, which by law, by FCC, you have to disclose that if you're promoting it on your page as an influencer. You have to. And I don't see that happening. I kind of somewhat get turned off from the brand. That's the fastest way to make me run from a brand. Because I'll be like, something about like no one's doing that. And I just kind of get I don't know. I get turned off from it a little bit. That's just me. Let me see what they're fragrance. Oh, okay. 40 ml, $195. That's not bad. If they quality, that's not bad. Unlock 15% off on your first order. That's also not bad. So let me see. 15% off on their first order. If you put your email address in there, are they trying to make me put my email address in there before I can continue? Don't you hate when people do that? Like, I just want to scroll your page, man. I don't stop forcing me to do this. I just want to scroll your page, bro. Like, enough. Like, enough. Can I just scroll your page without being inundated? So Cosmos, 195 for 40 ml. That's not bad. I know a lot of people been talking about Casablanca. I think I'm cool on that. Let me see. They got 75 mls, 365 or 75. All right. All right. But they got the 10 mls, the 10 ml bottles. Select the fragrance. Oh no, that's a gift. Hold on. So they only have 75 and 40s. I can't buy like samples. I don't know. My connect's gonna have to get them, or they're gonna have to. Yeah, Oro Verde. I want to try that, but I'm not a blind buyer, bro. I don't know. I gotta sample that. Because they might be cool. 365. It's, again, I don't need stuff. So I'm like, well, why am I spending that money for it? I just get really weird about stuff like that. I mean, 170. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I wish it was. I mean, all right, if it was 10 more ml, 195 ain't bad in the grand scheme. I mean, it's expensive, but it ain't bad. I mean, in the grand scheme, desert rain, which is good, that's 175 for 50 ml. So it's kind of, I mean, you get more bang for your buck a little bit, but it's kind of like in the same price point, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Except for you're missing 10 mLs, which is a lot in the grand scheme. But with day 3, I can also buy samples and figure out if I like it. So I think these companies need like a sample or discovery pack. Do they got a discovery? If they got, let me see how much a discovery pack. Let me see if they got one. If they got one, I might buy one right now. If they got one, House of Roja. All right, so they got some discovery sets. They got 3 small, what are these, 10 mLs for $98. That's not bad. I want Discovery Travel Coffer at $290. I want I don't know. If they had a discovery set of their entire house in like a small, you know what I'm saying, like 5 mLs or something crazy, and I don't know how many fragrances they have. Let's say they got 10 and I can buy all 10 for like 400 or 3 or something like that. I might do it. That way I can just come here and do a live on Wednesday, like House of Bo, and let me tell you what I think. I don't know. Maybe I might have to see what Sebastian. Let me see if Sebastian reviewed them. I trust Sebastian knows a little bit. Well, a lot. I respect Sebastian. He pissed off at Chanel right now. He on a fucking rampage. That's my guy though. Where he pissed at them. That's very clear. But I'll see if he reviewed them. Maybe I'll look at some reviews. But I just don't like watching reviews on stuff I'm gonna buy because it'll kind of sway your thoughts on that. And I'm not looking to buy, but if I am going to look to buy, I kind of want to get some insight from somebody who's not trying to sell me on it. Just tell me what it smells like. I don't need this beautiful soliloquy of like, poems for the fragrance smell. It smells like a night blooming. When I first smelled, Ultra Verde, it smelled like a nice blooming candle on the window's night seal with the crows burning in the wind on a Wednesday night in the street, raining in the daytime. And you'd be like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck that smell like. Bro, what? You can almost be too beautiful in your descriptions, and you'd be like, I don't know what that smells like. They're good right up though, but I have no idea what that smells like. I mean, have you seen that though? On Instagram, have you seen that? Oh, it is the night blooming blossom in the daytime of the summer's breeze and the heat of the sun smells the wrath of the fragrance wrapped in this soliloquy of warm amber. What the fuck? What does that even smell like? What the hell does that smell like? They do, yeah. It'd be like, I don't know what they I mean, but it sounds good for writer companies, I guess, like that. I mean, what the fuck it smell like, man? Do it smell like pizza or what? It smell like funky underarms. What do it smell like? Do it smell like a drink? Do it smell like, what does it smell like? Do it smell like, do it smell like green bud burning, blossoming, and some purple haze? Oh, okay, cool. I get it. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, we're getting up. I see the time. We're 160. We're at hour and 30 minutes. I think that's good. Y'all been spoiled with this 2-hour stuff. Unless somebody unless y'all have a certain question, I'll stay like 10 minutes because what I'm saying in the comments aren't kind of aligned. I'm like a little bit ahead of y'all. As I see people laughing, so clearly y'all laughing at a joke that I said like 20 seconds later. All right, yeah. When Joel's trying to head out, I know it's about time for me to go ahead and dip. Scent profile, salt water splashing on the coast. Yeah. Well, Bert, yeah, see, you be like, yo, I don't know what that smells like, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I think you can be poetic in what you say, but like you gotta explain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can explain some things like, all right, if you in a brand new car, a lot of people are setting a brand new car and you smell like fresh, brand new suede. People can, in their mind, they at least have been to Wilson's Leather or smelt a brand new suede jacket. You can smell the coast of the sea breeze off the Pacific. Okay, if you've been anywhere near the ocean, you know what an ocean breeze kind of smells like, or you should have a scent memory, and you be like the fruits and juice of bergamot. Okay, that was sexy. But you'd be like, okay, I smelled enough fragrances where I know where bergamot. Okay, so I get leather, bergamot, sea breeze, is warm, it's sexy. Okay, cool. I kind of in my mind know what that smells like. Or I get a sense if I'm like that. But yeah, man. Yeah. I sometimes I go on YouTube, sometimes I go on Instagram just to laugh. I really go there sometimes to laugh. Going through some of the comments. You know what I'm saying? It's the better, almost like the better the picture is, the wilder the write-up's going to be. Sometimes it's going to be a wild write-up. Oh, so Supercharged. So Supercharged, a supporter of the channel is sending me a sample of Supercharged to sample. Sample of Supercharged. It's sending me a sample of Supercharged. I'm going to smell it. Now, he says it's better than the OG. Now, I think that's blasphemous, and we might have to wrestle. But he said it's better than the OG. He said it's brighter. They take away some of the oody feel and make it more. But he ain't the only one who said that, and I'm offended. But if it's as good as people say it is, one, it'll be in my collection. It'll be in my wardrobe. If it's as good, if it's that much better, it has to be a lot better than OG. It just can't be a little bit though. If it's better than the OG by a good margin, one, it'll be in my wardrobe. Two, it will then bump up to my second favorite fragrance of all time. Because Faith is my first, Blue Sapphire is my second. So if it's better than Blue Sapphire, it automatically jumps to number 2 of all time. So I'm scared because that's like a $600, $700 purchase. And I just have other things to do in life than to spend $700 on a fragrance. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? He said, you might have to go and get ready to wrestle, man. I own the OG. Sheesh. All right, so you said he asked that before Cure Majesty. Which one? If you're asking about Cure Majesty, I've talked about that enough. I mean, go to many videos. I've discussed that so much. I don't think I need to discuss it. But if you ask the question again, I'll All right, so everybody's saying that I'm going to need the Supercharge. Thanks. I'm pissed because I have to now spend that. Or now has to fit in my budget when I already have 1,000 set aside for this new Roja that's coming out in Bergdorf in November. So I'm not, that's like 1,700 for 2 fragrances, bro. I'm not happy. So I hope it's not that good. I just hope it's not that good. Let me see. I say, and Great Britain. Did somebody ask me about leather fragrances or something? Because I missed it. Ask again real quick before I turn this music on and get us up out of here. The House of Diston. Haven't tried it. If they send it, I'll try it. Me buy it? Nah, I'm cool on that. They send it though. I'll review it because they send out stuff to everybody else. So I don't know why I'm buying it. When you send it out to everybody else, send it to me. If not, cool. I'm cool. I don't have to review the fragrance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from little stuff I saw, they seem and sound good, but again, I'm going to compare it to what I already have behind me. And if it's not better than everything I have behind me, I don't know why I'm spending my money on it. My money on it. I think what I have behind me is like really elite. So if it's not better than that, then yeah, I don't, I'll never spend my money on it. If they send it, cool. I'll do a first impressions and a review if I deem it necessary, but that's about it. Oh, what leathers? Okay. I discussed it, but since he asked again, I'm assuming he wasn't on another live, and I'm not going to say go catch the other live. Go catch the other live, bro. Say no. Yeah, Cure Majesty. What leathers will I wear this year? So let's go there. Or maybe I should just make you wait for a video. What leathers I look forward to wearing this year? That's like content that I can drop. And if I give it to you now, then you don't need to watch that video. So yeah, hit my inbox. That'll be some content. When it get colder, I'll drop that content. Just you wait on that. That's a little tease. You wait on that. Respectfully, you support me because clearly only supporters can chat in my thing. You got to be subscribed to even chat. So I appreciate it. But I'll do a leather video. It won't be the best leathers, just be leathers. I'll pick 10 leathers I look forward to wearing because I know right offhand there's a couple I've neglected that I plan on busting down this year. This might be my year of leather. Last year was my year tobacco. I wore a lot of tobacco. The year before that, like I wore a lot of ouds in the autumn and went like a lot of ouds. Yeah. This might be my year of leather. I plan on busting down some leather. Yeah. I'm gonna do that video for you. I might wear a lot of leather. Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll do the content. I'll do the content. But yeah, queer. I believe queer is the proper way to pronounce it, not cure. Pure, queer. Beluga is yeah. You talking about creating a scent memory, a mood, sexy. That is. But I have all kind of leathers. So I'll figure out how to do that video because I got really sexy leathers. Then I have like rich, dark, masculine leathers. Like these smoky, animalic, like harsh leathers. But then I got the sexy ones. So I might do, I'll figure out how I'm going to do that video. Because there's different faucets of leathers I have. I have the really sexy ones, I have the classy ones, and I have the animalics. But the animalics in the cool weather, spraying a little bit of it, they work though. They not from a compliments, they just kind of give off a vibe like, oh, that's a man. Like that, those leathers are like testosterone. Like if you're a man and you look a little feminine, you got feminine qualities too, you wear that leather, it will like it'll get your testosterone levels up. Like it's just it'll add some machismo to you. But sometimes when you got a lot of testosterone in head, you kind of want something a little bit sexy to bring that down, balance out what you're wearing. But I got some smoke though. I got some smoke. I'm a pull out some smoke. Imperial from Ormond Jane. Let me see what that joint talking about. Because I do like the house. I need to get more into the house, but I just been on my Mount Tobacco. Queer Imperial. Let me see. Woody leather, spicy, powdery, sweet, musky, rose. Came out 2018. Leather, cognac. Raspberry. Tonka, cedar. Interesting. That could be funny because if it comes out smelling like Fahrenheit or too rough, I'm not gonna be with it. Like some things can smell like really like good, but on a novelty kind of thing. But I want stuff I can wear. I can see myself dressing up or wearing a certain way. And if it doesn't fit that, I don't need to add it. I have a couple of novelty things. I don't know. That fragrance, looking at the note breakdown, could be on some like old school Fahrenheit kind of thing. And I'm kind of cool on that. But like one leather people don't really talk about as leather is Dior's stand by. I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Vanilla, suede, violet, rum, boozy, leather, green, sexy, in the air. That thing is, yeah. Sometimes I forget I own that fragrance. I need to give that joint some burn. But then you start thinking about Dior Parfum. It's leather. It's a leather iris fragrance. You know, and then you got the Boadicea one. It might be a tad bit better because it has cognac, but you know, that's going to be a hard list. That leather list is going to be hard, but I'll make it fun. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do that one. You said straight suede jacket work. You talking about the I assume you talking about the Ormond Jane. I don't know, man. I'm be honest. I'm a little scared. But listen, we was at 160. We down to 133. That means people they about to get up out of here. So that means it's about time to shut it down. Again, I appreciate y'all. Tuning in.
The cipher. It's the
Peace. I appreciate y'all showing love. Please hit the like button on the way out. We will be back Wednesday. I don't know how big the crowd's going to be because I'm going to be exploring a new house, a house that I have never explored. So we'll see what happens with that. But I will unbox it. I got a huge box that I will set in my lap, cut it open, unbox, take fragrances out. Yeah, it might be a little messy and stuff of that nature, but I'll figure out how to do that and also do it in a way where I can do really good editing if I choose to go that route. But yeah, Wednesday is going to be a first impression. Unless work gets busy on Wednesday, then I might do it Thursday.
It's the new cipher.
Yeah, because y'all know lately my Wednesdays have been packed and I be tired. So then I'm just gonna have to come back and do that on a Thursday, and then I will do a Thursday and Friday. This Friday, me and Buck, we back. We back. The Perfume Poetics is back this Friday.
The cipher.
With that being said, y'all, I'm gonna leave you the way I greeted you. That's the universal language of peace out of Prince George's County, Maryland. Y'all have a good night. Peace.